I've already rebuilt the carburetor. I have a quick fuel double pumper mechanical secondary 650. I screwed up the spacer build before after drilling a hole in the back side of it, so I abandoned that idea. Bought the proper spacer that I needed. That has arrived, so we're gonna be putting that on. Got all new gaskets for that, so the carburetor and spacer are ready to go. I've got the fitting that goes on the intake for the separate full port vacuum for the brake booster, so that it doesn't have to go into the spacer itself. So that's good. I've rebuilt the fuel pump regulator, so hopefully the needle quits bouncing all over the place. And I ordered the correct MSD timing tab or timing pointer for the 6 3/4 or 7-inch harmonic balancer. The bad news is I already applied the tape using what was my 0 mark on the original timing tab. So you're supposed to actually put the pointer on and then find top dead center with the piston stop, hit it till it stops, mark on the harmonic balancer where that is, rotate it the other way, and mark where it is on the harmonic balancer using your new pointer as those marking points, and then apply the tape. So we're gonna see how close that new pointer is to my original timing tab, and if it's just a little off, not a big deal. I'll just use that as my couple degrees difference in what's posted on the timing tape versus what the timing tab actually reflects, or the new timing pointer actually points to. So there's probably going to be a little of a discrepancy there, and I'll just mental note that, put a little punch in the harmonic balancer, and maybe spend another $5 in the future order a new timing tape, which kind of sucks, and then I'll reapply it where that punch is at the 0 mark. So we're gonna get busy doing all that today. All right, so we got it back running. The new carburetor's on, the fuel lines are hooked up. Did a little bit of tuning. The diaphragm works much better. It still kind of bounces a little bit, between about 6.5, but it's much better than the 2 or 3 PSI that it was bouncing back and forth before. So that's all good news. The diaphragm did work, it did help, and we get the new carburetor installed, all rebuilt. It's running much, much better. Still got a few little quirks to work out, a little bit of tuning. I was gonna take it for a test drive, but it's pouring down rain. So we're gonna move on to the next thing, and that's gonna be replacing this ugly OEM alternator with a 100 amp 1-wire alternator and some new brackets. So hopefully we don't have to go buy a new belt, but let's go ahead and rip that old one off and put the new one on. I just had to say something, didn't I? I just had to jinx it. The original belt was entirely too long, entirely by about 2 inches. It was a 44-inch belt, and we could shorten it up to a 42 to a 41-inch belt, depending on the travel of the alternator swing for tension. So I decided to go ahead and get a shorter belt, which is the 41-inch belt. We're going to throw that on now and then crank it up and see how it runs. Probably should have went with a 42-inch belt. If you like this stuff and you want to see more of it, click that like button and leave a comment below. I'm always asking you to subscribe, and we need to get those subscriber counts up. So if you haven't done so already and you find this stuff enjoyable or you got some information out of it, please consider hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're gonna hit the subscribe button, go ahead and turn on your bell notifications. That way you get notified just as soon as I get around to posting another video. I appreciate it as always, and until next time, thanks for watching this one.